Hi, bestie. Welcome back to Girl House. Trying really hard to sound natural here, but Celia requested a restart, so I'm sounding even more unnatural than usual. But here we are. Welcome back. Celia, do you have anything to say?
Welcome to the app. I can't sound natural to save my life with an intro, so
Nor
yeah.
can I. And it's just kind of tough that it's just on my shoulders every
Okay,
time.
here is a new challenge. A girl house challenge, if you will. How should we start the podcast in a fun, flirty, like easygoing, casual, why don't we start with I don't know, just any sort of intro that could happen every single week, whether it's the same thing or it's like a moment of the day, thought of the you know,
Just
give
like
us some
straight
tips.
into it. Well, the problem is I feel like we have to say hello. Like,
Yes, welcome back to Girl House has to be said, obviously. But
ugh,
is
you
there
know,
a
you
way that we could say it that's just
well,
it's gonna be the same every time? Or it's gonna be like, welcome back to Girl House, and today the blank is blank. Let us know.
the also the thing is, and this has been suggested to me, I just chose not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I did have
Recorded
this thing,
intro.
but even when I had a pre-recorded intro when it was just me, it
Mm-hmm.
still didn't, I still had to say hello. I don't know.
Right.
Let's not
Well,
dwell on this.
here.
Let's
Yeah.
we'll get into the app. Today we're doing a good old-fashioned Q&A, and I we both love a Q&A more than anything, so I'm really excited for this.
Love a Q&A. I feel like it's been a long time since we've done one to the point where it's actually appropriate to say it's overdue.
I think it's extremely overdue. So instead of even doing updates, because I feel like updates will probably just naturally arise, let's just get straight into it.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna start with the most asked question that was repeated several times in this check-in. Not check-in, sorry, this isn't a check-in, this is a Q&A. Same thing. Um, dare I ask, how's the dating life? Has Celia taken Hinge for a spin in Boston? Illy, guys. Number one, we love you. Celia, why don't you start? You've taken a little bit of a spin.
I would not go that far whatsoever. I have not taken a spin since getting to Boston. So here's a few things. One, I was just laughing because I went through the list. Callie sent me all the responses and I chose ones that I might have an answer to. And I was just doing this quickly. And some of them I have a lot written down. For this one, I literally said no dates yet and moved on. I was gonna circle back. But all it says on my list is no dates yet. So that sums it up. But no, when I moved to Boston, knowing my luck, of course, I actually met a couple of people that happened to be in New York. And I was going to New York that weekend, and I was like, this is the universe just laughing in my face, of course. But now I'm back in Boston, and I am interested, obviously, in making connections in Boston, but no dates yet. I don't really love Hinge here, if I'm being honest. Um, because I don't like, and this is totally not the point of the app, and I get that, but I don't like to go through and it hurts my eyes first off, not
Oh
because of
my
what I'm
God.
seeing, but because of the screen, because it's usually at night. Second off, I
Oh
just
my
get
God.
so bored,
Really quickly,
genuinely. And third off, I only go through who's liked me.
yeah, I do the
And if
same.
I
I
find
don't
someone that's liked me, then I typically if I find someone that's really cute, I feel like it takes months to find another person that's really cute on the app.
I first of all would just like to delve into you saying your eyes hurting for everything. I actually brought this up to my friend Sophia the other day because I was saying something about how I wanted to call you later, but I didn't think you'd be available because your eyes hurt. And it was great to hear an outside perspective say, why would her eyes hurting stop her from answering the phone? Does she have an eye problem? No, you have no eye problem and you have
I
blue
think
light
I do.
glasses. No, you don't. Maybe slight dry eye that you could cure with eye drops. So I just like to say I'm so anytime Celia doesn't want to do anything, like literally the number one thing she says, she doesn't want to go out, she doesn't want to eat, she doesn't want to hang out, she doesn't want to talk, she doesn't want to swipe on Hinge. It's she doesn't want to watch a TV show, which that never really happens, but like anything. Oh, I'm sure this has happened. She doesn't want to help clean. My eyes hurt. That's her go-to thing. And it drives me insane. And it's the most bullshit excuse in the world. So I just like to
Clearly, your
start with
eyes have never hurt.
clearly my eyes have hurt, actually, to the point where my optometrist actually said I could not get LASIK because I actually have dry eye. I am a survivor of dry eye, and he suggested that I wear this like warm thing on my eyes every night to help with the secretion.
Mm.
Every single time I go to the optometrist, they actually bring up my dry eye. Yet never once have I said I can't talk to you.
I think it's something other than dry eye that I've got going on. But it's something. And look, Hinge is only to benefit me, and still I choose not to do it if my eyes hurt. So I don't know what to tell you. And yes, I understand that sounds ridiculous, but it was the honest truth when you asked, like, oh, are you on Hinge? Only if it's like, it's also because I look at my screen all day at work, and I haven't really been wearing my blue light glasses. I need to like start wearing them again. I don't know. But by the end of the day, I'm just like kind of over it, over the screen, to be
Yeah.
honest. So yeah.
I actually liked someone on Hinge for the first time today in ages. I usually just go through my likes and call it a day.
Hmm.
Um, it's exhausting and disgusting to swipe through Hinge. It's just like I look and
Yes.
I'm just like ugly, ugly, weird, like strange. No offense. Obviously, looks are not everything, and I have dated ugly men in the past, but when you're on Hinge, obviously you're looking for someone you find attractive. And it's just I was talking about this with someone the other day. I don't
It
know
was
who, but
me.
was it you? Do you even know what I'm
It
gonna
was
say?
me.
I don't even
It's definitely me.
I think it might not have been.
Yes, because if you're gonna say, that like it's so crazy that now we basically like people based upon their physical appearance and we have
No.
no idea. Oh, okay.
That's
I'll tell you after then.
literally not what I was going to say, and you said that to me. I didn't say that to you. What I was
Uh,
going to say, and I knew this wasn't with you, is that it's honestly so unfair because there are so many beautiful women on Hinge, I'm sure. Like, I can just guarantee that. I haven't
mhm.
seen a man's side of Hinge before, but I can just only, like, I just know it. And there,
Yeah, totally.
like, I just think the pool, because there's just so many cool, pretty girls, and the ratio is just not there. Like, it really sucks. And so, yeah, when you find one cute guy on Hinge, it's very exciting because it's like a like not it's an achievement. Like to even find someone
Yes,
who like you find attractive on there. It's rare. For me, it happens like once every 2 months.
literally. And that's the thing too. I think that's another issue with Hinge personally is that like when you find someone attractive, then you start to be like, oh, like this we like you start to like picture them and you don't even know them.
Yeah. Celia and I have a big problem doing that. And then like half the time they're just weird as hell anyway. Like, I went on a
Hmm.
date with the weirdest guy, like what, like I guess it was like almost a month ago now. But oh my God. I can't even there's not even I think I didn't even talk about it on the podcast because there really was nothing to say because he was the most boring person I have ever met in my entire life. I did not know it was possible to be this drab and this boring. Like, and I've been on dates with boring men before, and I'm always prepared for that because I feel like I'm very good at keeping a conversation going. I have a lot of stories up my sleeves that I can like pull out, whip out, at least get them like kind of chatting, bring some excitement to the table. This guy, nothing. Literally nothing. The only thing he would talk about is his friend's crazy ex-girlfriend, and then he just kept calling all his friends' girlfriends crazy, and then he was like, "Yeah, I was dating a girl in college and she was so crazy when we broke up, she said she was going to ruin my life." And I was like, "If you think that's crazy, like you do not wanna hear what
Back
I've
up.
been up to in my past. I don't think I'm I think I'm a pretty in college, I made some poor choices. Really only freshman year.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just like, and why are we even talking about this? And it was to the point where I literally was like, I don't know, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm feeling a little hungover from the happy hour I went to yesterday with my coworkers." And I was
Wasn't your
I was just,
match.
trying to ask him questions, and then he just he had nothing. There was nothing to him, and it got to the point where, I went to the bathroom. This is actually I wasn't gonna share this because I feel uncomfortable about it, but I'll just
What?
share it. Um, because I know he probably thinks something else happened. So, this was, I was just, not feeling so good in my stomach, and, so I accidentally, farted a little bit at the table, and I'm not proud of this. It just, it just happened,
I can't.
and, it wasn't, there was no sound, but there was a scent. I'm gonna be totally honest, and,
Question.
there's yeah.
What do you think is worse? Sound, no scent, and you could blame it on something in the restaurant, or scent, no sound? Like, which would make you more red? Which is because I feel like a sound, sometimes you have a physical reaction because you're so startled. A
I
scent is
think
more subtle, but it arguably could be worse because it's likely coming from you. And it's like, do you address it? Do you not? Whereas sound, it's like, oh, everyone heard that. Like, what's worse?
I think I personally prefer scent even though it, lasts longer and maybe it should be more humiliating, but, a sound, that's just too much for me. And I'll just, yeah,
Yeah.
ugh. It's a natural human bodily function, and it happened to me. And, there was no one really around us. He probably knew something was going on. And then, but this is how I knew I didn't like him at all. I literally did not even I did not give a fuck. I did not care. I was not even slightly embarrassed. It was just
Yeah, that's crazy.
I need to get out of here. And so this is the part where I think he probably was like, what the hell? Immediately after that happened, then I said, I'm going to run to the bathroom because in that moment, I just realized I needed to get out of there. But it was
Wait a second. You literally called me from the bathroom and you
yeah.
didn't think to mention that you had just tooted and then proceeded to say, I've gotta go to the bathroom. That makes the story so much funnier, and you've literally never mentioned that.
Really? I told everyone else. I just thought you knew.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah. No.
Because
I
I think in the
literally
moment you were just so worried about getting out of the date when we were on the
Yeah.
phone. Because I remember I was with Britta.
Yeah.
But wow, no, I did not
No,
know
it
that.
was right after. And the worst part too is so I farted at the table, immediately left to go to the bathroom. And then because I called you, I was in the bathroom for a while.
Yeah, I remember you being concerned about that, but I didn't realize the reason behind it.
Yeah.
I
No.
thought it was just yeah, it's kind of weird to be in the bathroom for 10 minutes, sure.
No, yeah, it's just yeah, well, so then when got back to the table, I don't think
Mhm.
either of us really liked each other, because I just stopped trying, and Britta's advice, I think, was to just, stop, like, saying anything, I believe. Basically just, let the conversation end, and it's kind of like if I wasn't gonna speak, then nothing would be said. So
That's so crazy.
yeah, and so I sat down and I said, because then I felt, a little weird, I was like, "Oh, I was my friend called me, I had to answer." Um, Maybe from that he knew that I wanted to leave, I don't know, but basically the second I got back to the table, he was having, he kept, blowing his nose like crazy, sniffling, he claimed he had allergies, I don't know what the hell was going on, but he so abruptly was like, "You know what? I'm sorry to be so abrupt, but I've got gotta head home. I'm not feeling well." It's like, thank God. I actually have to head home too. We got the check, and then he biked there, which that was just If you look, I'm not against bikes. It's just don't share that information. I don't know. It's responsible, I guess, because it's just I
You
didn't
know
like it.
what?
What you're
If
gonna
it
say?
was
I'm
your
being an
dream man,
asshole.
you wouldn't have cared. No, I'm just
That's
saying,
true.
like, that you just really didn't like him. Like, that would give me the ick if I didn't like someone. If I really like someone, I wouldn't have cared.
That's so true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, if I really like someone, I wouldn't care. But yeah, and so then I was waiting for my Uber. He like waited. He waited with me. I think I just like was. It's all a blur. My Uber got there very fast, thank God. And then I was just like, I gave him a little hug and was like, okay, bye. And then I think he was like so shocked I was just leaving. I don't know. He was like, I'll text you. And I was like, okay. And then he texted me. He was like, "So sorry for the abrupt leaving. I either have allergies or I'm sick." And I was like, "Okay." And then I just didn't respond. I was like, "There's no need. We were not a match. I
Mhm.
don't ever want to see you again. You're the most boring person I've ever spoke to in my entire life."
So I guess that answers if we're dating.
Yeah. We're trying.
In
Like kind of.
conclusion,
Yeah.
I guess here's the thing. When we're dating, you'll probably know.
Yeah.
Successfully, that is.
Yeah, I feel like yeah. Yeah.
I do plan to go on dates, like, soon.
I believe I'm being a bit coy, but I believe I'm probably going on a date this weekend, but I'll wait to discuss that.
Yeah,
Maybe I won't even want to if I don't discuss it, that probably means it went well because then I'll be shy to talk about it.
exactly. Um, but yeah, we both have our eyes on maybe a prospect.
We each have found someone on Hinge that we're interested in.
Yeah, I can't believe we just did that whole thing just to say that, but it's not like it's just not like it's just like there's no update really. That's really all it is.
Yeah, there's no
Next
update.
question.
Yeah, let's just move on. Any tips on consistently posting even when you've been getting low views, likes? Yeah, I need tips on this myself because even though it is my full-time job, likes and views ebb and flow. Like some weeks you're getting a lot of views and like some weeks you're getting none. Especially when you're just starting out, you may be getting like I mean when I first started posting, yeah, obviously I didn't have a following, so you never really knew what would even be seen. I think, and I need to tell myself this too, and I've been working on this as like kind of an exercise, is just keep literally everything up. Like, don't think about it. I've been trying to really like just I honestly haven't been like I don't look at my own TikTok page or my notifications really. I post and then like a day later I'll go through comments and stuff and like respond to them, not because I don't want to respond to them, but because it's helpful for me because then I don't see like the view count or the like count. I just don't look at it. I post and I don't. And TikTok does punish you for taking things down. So I think that's something to remember too. And the algorithm's like so weird now, but like things that you post, like I'll have TikToks that I posted a month ago, like randomly start taking off and like go viral. So it really, I think, and I'm trying to work on this too, just treat it like the most success you'll get on TikTok. And when I'm having successful periods on TikTok is when I'm treating it casually and just like not giving a fuck. And I think that is key because when you give a fuck and oh my God, I'm so embarrassed this didn't get likes and views and you take it down and then you get so in your head and you're like, everything needs to be perfect. I'm humiliated. Like it sends you into a spiral and then you don't post, speaking from personal experience. So I think you just have to not easier said than done, but don't think about it. And I struggle with that to this day still all the time. So it's
I
my
do
tip.
have one question off that tip though. Didn't you say that you're supposed to like engage quick, like immediately?
Yes.
And TikTok will push that?
I don't know what they push anymore. TikTok says like I used to think that my TikToks did better if I posted and then didn't engage. But
Got
then I
it.
thought it did better when I did engage. I really don't know. I have no idea. All I know is for my own mental health and peace, I wait to
Mhm.
engage a bit now. It's not really
Got
about
it.
the algorithm right now. The algorithm probably prefers you to engage, I would assume, but I also feel like, at least in the past, I think it's different now, but, like, back in the day, my videos would do better when I didn't engage immediately because I feel like it's like TikTok's trying to get you back on the app. Like, it used to be a thing, like, it would be good to have your notifications on for TikTok because, like, the app is trying like, they'll push it out more to try to get you back on the app, if that makes sense. And I have heard
Interesting.
now that if you post a TikTok and then you immediately close out the app and go on Instagram, they won't push it out as much.
Wow. So they can
Yeah.
track that.
I don't quote me on any of this, just things I've
I
heard.
mean, I fully believe it. And I do wonder, like, it's interesting because I'll have videos pop up like on my For You page, like of tips. And some people will say one thing, some will say another. And I just remember there was one point when you were always like, oh, I need to like immediately engage.
Yeah.
But like, I wonder if it changes, but also if it changes, that's sort of like so cruel on TikTok's behalf.
It's extremely cruel. TikTok's algorithm, I mean, it's very unique, and that's why they're so protective over it, and I think it used to be amazing, but now
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it's just so oversaturated or it keeps changing, but, like, it does keep changing, and you don't know how to keep up with it, and it really sucks because it used to be, like, so easy to go viral. It's like every video, boom, 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 and now it's like yeah, it just and I don't know what's right and what's wrong, and they change it. Everyone has a different thing to say about the algorithm to the point where
Uh-huh.
once again, when like, I didn't gain my success, nor do I really think anyone of my friends who's successful and this is their job gained their success from caring about and, like, catering to the algorithm. I think you'll lose your mind doing that, honestly.
Totally.
Like, so I think just, like, don't worry about it. Just I think the one key the only thing I really do, like, live by and agree, and all my friends who do social media agree, is that if you don't post for, like, a while, TikTok does punish you. Like, once you start posting consistently, they'll start to push your stuff out, but, like, when I take a few days off, I am punished. Like, it won't push your stuff out. So, I will
Yeah.
say try to be consistent and just post a ton. I'm trying to do that myself right now because I took a weird long break as I do when I panic, but okay, enough enough about that.
No, that's really helpful, honestly. Um, I'm just always curious your like insight because I feel like so many people like I'm always seeing people say different things. Okay, this one I'll answer was tips for dealing with grief, feeling guilty if I'm having fun. So obviously grief, that is a whole other question, whole other episode, but feeling guilty when you're having fun, I think that that only really gets better with time. And the first thing I will say is that that obviously means whoever you're grieving that you loved so much. Um, and I think for those listening that don't know, my dad passed away, and I've dealt with a lot of different grief within my family, like throughout my life. But that one was like a whoa, this is what true shocking grief like feels like. A feeling I had never felt before. Let's put it that way. Um, I don't even know if I want to say that because I grieved all my other family members who have passed like so much, but this was just more so like a shock to our entire system in terms of everyday life. But anyway, I think for the whole having fun bit, and I felt this way when other people passed as well, but just sort of like people on the outside will say like, "Oh, they would want you to be having fun or they would want you to have a happy life." And in the moment, that feels infuriating because it feels like, to be completely honest, like no one really knows how you're feeling it feels. And so it's like almost like the worst thing you could hear. Yet I'm going to tell you my only advice on that would be that person would want you to be living your life to the fullest. And like, if we're going to relate it to my dad, he lived life to the fullest. And I actually find myself in life trying to say yes to things and be more adventurous. Whereas a child, I was much more reserved or I wouldn't want to do things, but my dad would do anything and lived like such a full life and like was so alive, I guess. I don't know how to word it. You know what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say? Like,
Yeah, he was like always doing something and like always
yeah,
having fun. Yeah.
fearless. And yeah,
Yeah.
always, always saying yes or like doing, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think that that's the honest truth is that like he did everything in his power to make my life the best it could possibly be when he was alive. And the reality is he would want me to be having fun. He would be so mad if he knew that I was just sitting around um, saying no to things because I was sad that he couldn't be a part of them. And of course, in the big like moments, obviously that is always felt. There's never going to be a big moment in my life that that isn't felt, and that's just unfortunately a reality that I hope no one ever has to face. But it is a reality. But on like the day to day, having fun, feeling guilty over like going out with friends or going to a bar or a movie or something that you want to do and like you're feeling guilty in that sense that you're actually enjoying yourself when you feel like you're also grieving, I think two can be true at once because you're still living and you still have a whole life ahead of you even if you don't feel that way. You this person would never want you to live your entire life every single day in like that state of grief, I don't think. I was just gonna say I'm really bad at speaking on this when it comes to actually speaking on it. The thoughts are so clear in my mind, but I'm not sure if I'm articulating it properly,
I think
but
you're
I hope I am.
articulating I think you're doing an amazing job articulating from my end.
Say
Um,
thanks.
but I was just gonna say I remember just with you saying like you were trying to be more fearless. Like I'll never forget when you, me, and Britta went swimming in that lake and
Hmm.
like we were like scared shitless. Like lakes freak me out and like jumping off like I've never really seen you just like swim across the lake and like jump off a big rock, but I remember you saying like I just want to be fearless now. And I feel like you are like seriously.
Hmm. Thank you.
I just really vividly
Also,
remember that moment.
I also really vividly remember it because I was numb and I was
Yeah.
trying to feel something.
Yeah,
And
that
I
makes
told
sense.
someone else. I told someone else that story who was a grown adult. My boyfriend's mother at the like my ex-boyfriend's mother. I told her
Yeah.
at the time and she was so concerned for me.
Oh, really? I thought it was a beautiful moment, but I guess
No, I did too.
I
I
didn't
did too.
understand. Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
funny. Like, no, I will say my whole life, I've been sort of like, I've grown up at the ocean my entire life. We
Yeah.
always do ocean activities. Everyone in my family wakeboards, water skis, tubes, all the things. Yes, I have tried these things, but I'm always extremely skittish, refuse to water ski. My dad has bought me so many water skis, surfboards. Um, what are those called? The one wakeboards.
Yeah.
Refuse.
You
Scared,
too.
not into it. I do too. But now I'm like, damn, I wish that I had done that and that I knew
Yeah.
how and I want to in life. But anyway, the whole point is like I was always sort of like I was always there, but I was never like the most adventurous.
Yeah.
And when my dad did pass, I remember just being able to swim in the open ocean like because it was actually the most like comforting place. I can't really explain it, but I was just doing like laps in Mattapoisett with Britta and, like, it felt so, it was the only place where I could feel relaxed and not anxious, and I felt totally fearless and numb at the time, but now my, fear of, like, sharks, etcetera, has started to creep back, so I think I was just in a state of shock
Yeah.
when I jumped off the cliff, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But yes, that is when
That
I
does
decided I
make
would be more
sense.
fearless.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
definitely agree that your fear of sharks has come back
Yes.
for sure. It's like every time Celia and I go in the ocean together, she's just like looking down at the ground the whole time, trying to act casual. Um,
Mhm.
I know exactly what's going through your head.
And that's why I like to have a drink or two before I swim, because then I have that same feeling of just, like, I can just be in the water and relax.
Yeah. We swam a lot on your birthday weekend, I feel like in the ocean. Like you seem
Oh,
pretty like you
I
were
actually
swim.
swam with Britta for like hours, multiple day, like multiple beach days this summer. I actually
Yeah.
did. And yeah, we swam on my birthday weekend.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
I just, like this is getting aside the point here. I just don't like to be, like I'm turning into my mom. Growing up, when we would ask her to swim, she'd always be like, "I'll go in when I'm hot," and, like, that would be so annoying. I'm, like, completely that now. It's like, I wanna go on my own terms.
And it is
You know?
so annoying.
Yeah.
Luckily, Britta goes in with me because also, like, I know you're scared of the ocean over here, which is so interesting to me because, like, I'm terrified of the ocean in Nantucket because there are sharks there all the time, but you have no problem swimming over there. Um, like, that's, like, opposite for like, I'm scared to swim there, but I'm feel comfortable to swim here.
The Pacific seems so vast to me, I can't
You always
explain it.
say that. I just
It just
the
does. It's how I
Atlantic is
picture it.
just as vast.
Arguably, yes. It's just how I picture it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question.
Uh,
Oh, favorite Christmas song. This isn't even like I don't really want to answer this, but
Well, you
basically
wrote
in
it down.
Pilates, I did write it down. It's not Christmas song. I'm gonna go more like Thanksgiving or like the era that we're in right now.
I didn't know there was a
Mid-November.
Thanksgiving song.
It's like a mid-November feeling, like Thanksgiving break, that sort of vibe. So basically in Pilates, Stick Season by Noah Kahan came on, and I hadn't heard that song in a long time. And as you know, Noah Kahan is kind of like hard for me to listen to sometimes because I told one of my bosses that I was leaving and Noah Kahan was playing in the background. So it's just like reminded me of that time and it was like very stressful. So, basically, whatever. The song came on, I was like, wait, I love the song. And then I remembered like how people say it's like, it's not actually, but like as if it's the response to Taylor Swift's "'Tis the Damn Season." And now I'm just sort of playing both of those back to back, and it's just so it sets the mood like perfectly for
Yeah,
where we are right now.
I love that. I don't really have any Thanksgiving songs, but I'm happy you do. Uh,
Of course, you know, "'Tis the Damn Season" for me hits deep because I came home my first year of college to my old high school sweetheart that is my neighbor.
I would say on my end, I've got some Christmas songs that I like. I don't really know how to explain it, but like my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I really don't know how to explain it or why or when this really started. But is All I Want for Christmas Is You, of course, but the Big Time Rush version.
I
And
was
by
just
the
gonna say
way,
Big Time Rush.
I never even watched Big Time Rush. Like, I really don't know why. That's like my favorite. Like, I feel like that was like a little like I never watched it. Um, that
I knew
being
you were
said,
gonna say that.
yeah, because it's so good. And then something just really nostalgic for me, like I really vividly remember Christmas when I was younger listening to this, is Hilary Duff's Christmas CD. She has like a song called Santa Claus Lane. Um, basically about like I think I don't know. She says something about like how she wakes up and she doesn't know where she is, but then she realizes she's on Santa Claus Lane.
Wait, I
Um,
don't know if I've ever heard that. I
really,
need to
it was my
listen.
favorite holiday CD growing up. Yeah, I guess those would be like my two favorite Christmas songs. Advice for surviving law school in LA. The girls are so mean and guys are creepy weird. Well, I did not go to law school in LA, so I don't have specific advice to LA law school. I also I got really, really lucky in that my law school, because it wasn't like a top law school, I guess, like people, the environment at Brooklyn Law was like honestly really, for the most part, like rare in the sense because like law school environments are known for being very hostile. And everyone's like, I mean, you do better on an exam if someone else does worse. There's only one grade you get. There's a lot of pressure, obviously. I've heard like crazy stories. I got lucky and didn't have to deal with it a ton. There were definitely a few like weird assholes in. And there were also I wouldn't say the girls were there were no mean girls. Oh, there was such a mean girl. How am I forgetting this girl? There was such a mean girl. Oh my God. And it was the first day I actually went to law school. I like just want to say her name, but I won't. But I'll never forget her because I met her in orientation and I didn't know anyone. And so I like kind of was talking with her, and then the next day we had to all like go because it's like a 3 or 4 day, like it's called like convocation or what, I don't really know. Anyway, I went to go sit down next to her because there was an open seat, and she and her friend looked up and glared at me and basically were like, I don't know exactly what happened, but it was literally out of a movie, and they were basically like, someone's sitting here, and like refused to speak to me. And no one
You
was
can't
sitting there,
sit with
by the way.
us.
Yeah, literally, it was like that. And honestly, I'm so grateful for that moment because then I panicked. I looked around the room and I was like, do I recognize anyone else from orientation yesterday? And that is how I ended up becoming best friends with my two law school best friends, Bianca and Zalan. I'd met Bianca the day before in orientation, and I think I'm not sure if this is true or not. I'll have to ask Bianca, but I believe because we were in the same section, I think she like said, like in her head, like, please don't sit next to me. Please don't sit next to me when I was gonna go sit next to her because she thought I looked annoying, and then I did. Um,
What? I
and
never heard that.
yeah, don't quote me on that, but I feel like that's true. Um, and then once we started chatting, like she realized, okay, we'll be friends. And Zalan, so she had met Zalan after because I left early from the convocation that night before because I realized we had assigned reading and I was panicking. Turns out I really didn't need to read it because it wasn't like actual I mean, it was a book. They wanted us to read Just Mercy, which I think is really epic that they like that's very awesome that they had us read that. Um, Amazing book. Awesome guy if you haven't read it, like super powerful. And the movie, if you want to like sob, is just yeah. That being said, it wasn't like actual I wasn't going to be it wasn't on the final exam or anything, but I was like panicked that I hadn't read it. Long story short, I left. Bianca and Zalan stayed because we had sat with Zalan earlier that day, and when I met Zalan, he said, "Hi, I'm Zalan. Can I have your number?" And I was like, "This guy's so weird. I do not want to give him my number. Are you kidding me?" But like I could tell Bianca was like kind of friends with him. This is how because the night before when I left, he I guess had met her. And Bianca was like, he was just following me around all night. Like, he, and so all of us were kind of unsure about each other. But then we were inseparable. Like I would not have been able to get through law school without them ever. Like I am just so grateful for them and they were my best friends. So I got really lucky. The mean girl pushed me out and didn't allow me to sit with her. She ended up being in like I guess like the very top of the class, but her and all her she had like one friend who also just like wasn't nice. Apparently, like they all had like a shared during the pandemic when this was possible, they had like on a different device or something, like a shared Google Doc, and they would all like type in like and help each other so they'd all be at the top. I don't know. I Anyway, there also, I guess one story I'll just leave you with to make you feel better is I just remember there was this one guy who honestly pissed everyone off because he just acted like he knew everything. And I'll never forget, like, he would like always say, like, there's two kinds of people in law school. There's the people who are annoying. There's the people who say they don't study at all. And there's the people who make you feel like you're not studying enough because all they do is study. And I run into that. I remember I ran into a girl once and she was like, how do you have time to go out on the weekend? Because I'm in the library all weekend. And I felt sick to my stomach after. And then I realized it's actually fine. She also was going out and doing coke all weekend, which was really shocking because she did not look like the type. She was having like threesomes and doing coke with like this she was in the strange little pair. So I don't even know what she was talking about. That being said, there was this guy, and I'll never forget, like even the professors hated him. One time he got cold called and they were like he was like the professor was like, so what did the judge say about whatever. And he was like, well, in my opinion, and he started to try to go on. And then the professor interrupted him and he was like, why do you think I would ever care about what your opinion is? And then he was like, I asked, and that like
Icon.
really shut him down. I would actually like sob if that happened to me. That being said, he always acted like he didn't need to study. He was so smart. Law school was so easy for him. He ended up getting, like, he got the only F that was given out, or like D minus. I don't think he got an F, but he got like a D minus on the legal research writing assignment we had, and he ended up taking a year off from law school because he did so poorly. He might have had other things going on, but this is just one example of someone who was acting like they were just so smart and so awesome, and they were doing so bad, like actually so bad. So I think just like try to find one or two nice people and stay in your lane. I don't know. That's what I would do. Have friends outside of law school too. That's very important, or else you get just stuck in that world of like law school is the only thing exists and that's your only life. And I think it's really important to remember there is a world outside of law school. So even if you are in law school and don't have friends, that's okay. You can just go to school and go hang out with other, not to say law students aren't normal people, but you know what I mean. Hang out with like unstressed people could be good. That's my spiel on that.
The next one, current hyperfixation foods. I'm loving the podcast. I listen on my way to school every day. Oh my gosh. Well,
Hey.
if you're on your way to school right now, hope you have a fabulous day. Happy Friday. But I'm so excited to talk about current hyperfixation foods
I have
because I
some.
have two.
I
Technically,
know
I
what one
could
of
say
these
three.
is.
Yes. Do you want to take a guess?
Your bowl that you've been having every night that Jamie introduced you to.
Correct. I have literally had this bowl without fail almost every night. I didn't yesterday and I was like craving it so bad today since closing weekend. And I've gotten one of my friends at work onto it, and my two like best friends at work, we have a group chat where we're always chatting. And I sent a picture of my bowl tonight, and then they were like, bowl. And then she sent a picture immediately back. She was having it at the same time, unplanned.
This
It's
is a
addicting.
crazy bowl.
It really is. I'm sorry that it involves meat, but it's crazy. So
Not
basically,
offended.
um, I call it Jamie's bowl because our friend Jamie gave me the recipe, but it is pretty viral on TikTok. So I've heard. I actually haven't seen it
Taking
on TikTok.
it away.
No, but like when I've told other people about it, for example, my friend at work, she was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that. It's viral on TikTok or something."
Yeah.
Anyway, um, and then I saw someone else post about it last night and say like late to the trend, but this is amazing. So yeah, I guess it's pretty viral.
So you have seen it online. Not on TikTok, it was on Instagram or
No,
something?
this was like a Instagram story of someone I know. Yeah.
Got it. Did you
Anyway, let me
respond
just
to
get into it. No, I didn't. Um,
Okay.
but okay. So basically, I believe the one that is trending has sweet potato instead of rice, but this is everything I put in my bowl. I do a cup of rice, and I do like the ready to go ones. You just take it off the top and microwave it for a minute. Ground beef, avocado, tomatoes, cottage cheese. And by the way, the ground beef, very simply seasoned, just salt, pepper, and garlic powder or onion powder, whatever you have. And then salt and pepper on top of everything. Key part, you need a good olive oil. Jamie made that very clear to me. You don't like it needs to be a good, like I never spend money on a good olive oil, and I actually admire you because you always have great olive oils. It has to be good. You got to put in the extra cash and get yourself a good olive oil. It is so worth it. Oh my God. And by the way, Britta did not like cottage cheese before this bowl. She now eats it
Really?
every single night. She finished. Actually, I also finished her cottage cheese. And then this was shocking. She takes the cottage cheese out of the fridge and she goes, "This is already gone?" I'm like, "Yeah." She thought that I had only had it for 2 meals. I had actually had it with my breakfast and lunch that day as well. But she was like blown away thinking that I ate the whole tub. Anyway, I can't explain it. It doesn't even sound that good, but the combination of everything is salty, crunchy, healthy. It is so good.
Yeah.
Hyperfixation number one. And it's been a month and I haven't gotten the ick. Um, and then hyperfixation number two for me is chicken salad, which I was on a curry chicken salad for like years of my life.
What about
And then
chicken
this
tikka?
Callie loves to ask me about the different types of chicken. Another thing about Callie, she can't believe that I could just look at a meat and know what it is. Similar to how, like, you could look at a vegetable and know what it is. Like, she was like, "So what's that?" Like, quizzing me. I'm like, "Baby back rib." "What's that?" "Pulled pork." "What's that?" "Chicken tinga." Like, that blows her mind. Anyway, it's such a
Julia
fun
loves
game.
to
Like,
talk about chicken tinga. Like, I can't ever see chicken tinga on a menu and not think about you. But you claim to not
yeah,
even like it that much.
I love chicken tinga. You just asked me like, "Oh, would you have this over chicken tinga?" Anyway, it always makes me feel so impressive that I know meats. Um, because you're
I
just, like,
am
blown away.
impressed. I am seriously impressed.
Well, to anyone else, that's gonna sound funny, but it is truly complimentary to me. Anyway, so where are we at? Oh yeah, the chicken salad. So of course, like every summer, I'm obsessed with chicken salad, but last year I had what I would call an unhealthy obsession with buffalo chicken dip. When I say
Oh,
unhealthy,
this wasn't last year. This has been ongoing. Like, this has been going on for years and
yes,
years and years.
correct. But when I was alone in the West Hollywood apartment, and let's just say it pretty like at some points, maybe a little down. It was
Say,
the only thing I had for, like, weeks straight. Like, it was I pushed it too far, and I could never get the ick. I would make it right now, and I would like, it's my favorite thing ever. Anyway, I've started making chicken salad, with Greek yogurt, and at first I was like, "That'll probably be gross," but it's actually the best thing ever, and it's a healthier version, and then I just douse it in Frank's hot sauce, and it's basically like a healthy version of my kryptonite, which is buffalo chicken dip.
I love
And
that
yeah, I
you're
crave it.
kryptonite.
Buffalo chicken dip, yeah.
I know, I wanna start saying that. I've never heard you say that before. I love it.
What's your kryptonite?
I don't know. What is your last hyperfixation food? You said you had 3.
Oh, yes. Wow, you were listening.
I always
I know. Um, my last one is banana bread with chocolate chips. Can't stop eating it. Warm it up
Oh.
every morning, put a little butter on. I'm getting
Mm.
into, like, a really heavy baking and cooking era,
I was
and
so
it's
surprised to
surprising.
hear that. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's surprising even myself, but I'm finding it so, therapeutic.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah, I'm
love
really
that.
enjoying it.
My current hyperfixation food is just 2 different kinds of toast. I've been really into having toast for every meal lately. My first one is inspired by La La Land, and it is sourdough toast, cream cheese base, avocado with lemon juice, crushed red pepper, flaky Maldon salt, and olive oil. Am I forgetting anything? No, that's it. It's super simple toast. It's delicious. And sometimes I will add, of course, um, a soft boiled egg. And my other toast is pretty new obsession. La La Land's newish as well, also since closing weekend, but this is like right after. This is just my new one as of last week. There's this really awesome little grocery store called Justa. Obviously, very overpriced, but basically, the people who own this also own Jelena. They also own Giada. They own this new sushi restaurant. I think they own something else I was really surprised here as well. But they basically own all the best restaurants on the west side. Like it mind blowing. Of course they have a grocery store as well. And in this
This
store,
hurts.
they
Sorry to
have a
interrupt.
they have a whipped burrata. It's like and I know what burrata exists, obviously, but I've never been in a place where I could, like, buy it before, and it's fresh. Like, it's, like, in, like, a con they made it themselves, they handwrite the label, I think. It might be typed up, but there's handwriting on it, at least the expiration date. It's oh, yeah, it's definitely anyway, it's typed, but you can tell it's made fresh, you know, and so I toast a piece of sourdough, whipped burrata. I had this for lunch today. I might have it for dinner too. Whipped burrata. Then I put a little olive oil on, a little bit of caramelized onion balsamic. Yeah,
This is what I mean.
awesome.
Kelly has the good olive oils and the good balsamics.
Yeah, I'm really passionate about it. Also I'm very lucky, blessed, and thankful that Brightland always sends me olive oil. They really are my favorite olive oil, but I get really lucky on that front. Though the caramelized balsamic is not by them. And then I lost my train of thought. Whipped burrata, olive oil, caramelized onion balsamic, heirloom tomato. Please, it must be heirloom. It just kind of has to be. It doesn't have
Mm,
to be. I'd really prefer for everyone though it is.
makes
Um,
sense.
Flaky salt, a little bit of basil if you want. You don't have to. Like today, I was like, I don't really want to cut a piece of basil up, so I didn't. But I do think obviously it adds a flair. Sometimes even the little crushed red pepper, but it's kind of just like I can't get over this whipped burrata. It's like,
You know what could be amazing?
hmm.
Pesto, a little bit on top of the
Oh yeah,
tomato.
that would be so yum. That would be
I am, by the
delicious.
way, you're acting like wit burrata is just so casual. I've never heard of a place that has it, and I have never had it myself. So no, I don't think it's that accessible, and I am so jealous.
Okay, well, I honestly have never seen it before either, but I didn't want to be humiliated if it was common. I've had whipped feta at restaurants. I've never had whipped burrata.
Same. Yeah, same. So no, I
Yeah.
think, I mean, if people know about it, please comment below. Where can I get it?
I mean, I'm
Because
sure
I
you.
did get a photo of this, and I was very jealous.
Yeah, I sent it. Um, and it was kind of the night I realized it was crazy because Celia texted me that night and she was like sent this message about how she was so glad we're best friends. And it's so weird because when I was taking that photo, I was like in my head like before she sent this message, I was like, I'm so glad I have a best friend to send this to. And like I knew you would care. I think that's why I felt so grateful. Like I was just like, I know you'll really care about this.
Oh, I
And
cared
I
more than you
and I
even
knew
know.
I could send it and, like, not even, like, have to explain it. Just, like, say the ingredients and I knew you'd get it.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah. And then I was filled with envy because it just sounds so good. I'm salving. Think
Okay. Rapid fire. How to not want a boyfriend so bad and tips on focusing on yourself for the time being. Look, in the past, all I wanted was to be in a relationship. Um, and then I was single for 5 years. And now I'm single again for pretty much like, I basically have been single for a long time. I don't even really consider uh dating. Oh wait, I really have to share this. I know we're rapid firing. Just really, really quick, I have to share this because it reminded me of my most recent ex, of course, from last winter. Um, I found out some groundbreaking news I really need to share with everyone. So obviously we all already knew he was awful from the emergency episode, whatever, whatever. He had been hooking up with this other girl at the bar before me, and he made it sound to me like he and her had been whatever hooking up for months and months and months and months. He told me the reason that they stopped speaking after months of this was because she introduced him to her dad, and her dad made fun of his accent. English is not his first language, and her dad made fun of his accent, and then she laughed with her dad at him. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's like so terrible. Like, we had a whole long conversation about it. I see her out at a bar like recently and we were like chatting about that. They went on one date and he didn't even ever come close to meeting her dad. That was just a complete fabricated relationship and story. And I just don't even understand. Like, I'm so blown away because, like, he lied about it so naturally. And it's just kind of like, why? And if he made that elaborate of like a random lie with like, it wasn't like a white lie, there was no basis. It's just like, what else is not true? And it, like, I'm so disgusted now. I've reached the point where like, I literally like I am so disgusted and creeped out. I let this weird liar just hang out in my house, like around my
it's
pets.
so strange. And it would be one thing if it was like a casual lie. It was like an
Yeah.
elaborate story.
And like
For
there was like
what?
and it's not like it was like an exaggerated truth or something. It literally
No.
there was not no basis. So but anyway, my whole point being coming from someone who's single now, and I wouldn't say like I enjoy it, but I wouldn't say like I feel like I used to when I was younger, like really hyper fixate on the fact that I was single and like, oh, I want a boyfriend, I want a boyfriend, I want a boyfriend. Um, the thing is, like, I know there will be times in, I mean, I don't want to say there's going to be times in my life again where I have a boyfriend. I don't want to keep having boyfriends. I'd like to eventually just settle down, but like, there's going to be times in your life when you're single, and that's just the cold hard truth. And you craving and wanting to have a boyfriend and putting out this desperate energy of, oh my God, I want to be with someone is going to do nothing but push that away from you. So I think like this is like a beautiful, peaceful time right now where it's just you and you're single and like you get to choose what you want to do and you don't have to like tell anyone, not that like you need to report to who you're dating, but like if you're dating someone for and you go on a trip, for example, you would probably tell them like I can go anywhere right now and I don't have to tell anyone. I can go days without texting someone back. Like it's like there is
You get to be
beauty.
totally,
You get to be
sorry,
totally you. That
selfish.
selfish, yeah. So I think bask in the selfishness, and this sounds very cheesy too, but like I don't know, learn to love yourself and be your own best friend. I think that's the key to life. And I love hanging out with myself. Like, I love it to the point where I'm like, I'm in a stage now where would I like a boyfriend? Obviously, who wouldn't? But like, I'm not like looking for one and I'm fine. And I'd only let someone into my life if I felt like they were literally 100% going to add value to it.
We're too
So
old
yeah,
for
that's
anything else.
yeah, okay. Sorry, that wasn't super rapid fire. Okay.
No, but it's totally valid and an epic response. I was gonna do work from home must-have slash productivity tips. Because I actually have a perfect answer for this. So, love your space, obviously. Like, I think you need a designated space, not just bed or counter. Like, if you can have a desk and like love going to it, like, have a fun candle. By the way, the freaking candle that you keep posting and talking to me about, I'm getting it. My next paycheck, it's
Uh,
my treat to myself. I'm getting it. It's
I
gonna make
just
my
got
desk. What?
it's so good. I just got the diptyque holiday candle. I went in just for the La Drogerie for the kitchen because it's just like it literally removes scent. It's like insane. It's the best candle ever. But then the woman, I mean, the diptyque at the Grove, they are the nicest people in the world to the point where every time I go there, I like stay chatting for a while and I always tell them, you guys are the nicest people in the world. And I always tell them, I feel so comfortable here. And I always make sure to make a point to shit on the Grove in the Beverly Hills. In the Beverly Hills. I don't know why I said shit, shit on the Grove.
You mean the
Shit on,
diptyque in Beverly Hills?
yeah. I'm getting so heated I can't even speak. To shit
Also, you
on
influenced me
Diptyque
to
in
get that
Beverly
one.
Hills. Excuse me?
Sorry.
Oh,
You
all I was
also
gonna
influence.
yeah. Sorry. All I was gonna say is that don't ever go to the Diptyque in Beverly Hills because they're all assholes there. They don't even speak to you and they make you feel like the scum of the earth. And everyone at the Grove is like so sweet and nice and welcoming. And anyway, they have a holiday scent. It's the only one they kept this year. And it is unbelievable. It's like it's got the pine, of course, but it also has a musky scent, which I love, like a musky. There's like notes of my favorite Campbell. I can't talk. I'm getting so heated and passionate. There's notes of my favorite candle, amber, in it, which is why she even recommended it to me because I that's my favorite candle ever. And the thing that really got me was she was like, "It's not just a holiday candle. You can burn it. It's a winter candle."
This is what got me too when you said that. And you also influenced me to get the kitchen one, which I love. So I'm like, you know what? You literally have such influence on me. It's kind of like when Rihanna put out a perfume and millions of people bought it without knowing what it smelled like whatsoever. That's what and by the way, I was one of those people that got Fenty. But I will say, I'm about to do that with this candle blind. I just trust your influence that
You'll love
much.
it. You'll love
Um,
it. That's really sweet of you
yeah.
to say.
Yeah, I mean, you give me FOMO every day that you talk about it, and then you're posting it. I'm like, I can't even go online without seeing this candle. Anyway, I just think it would
That's
look lovely in my room. And what really got me when I think you were like, or maybe I said this, I don't remember, but like, imagine when it's snowing.
you said that.
Yeah, I guess I've been
Yeah.
picturing it. Anyway, but about loving your workspace, so like yeah, I just got my desk built. I love my desk, but my number one productivity slash workspace tip, and my friends absolutely roast me about this at work. They're always like, "Oh, put it on the calendar," or "It must be the calendar." But I have actually from my dad, like it was in the basement from years ago, and basically it's my magic calendar. And everyone was like, oh, because it's still on Nantucket and I'm missing it so much and I have to bring it back when I leave on Thanksgiving. And everyone's like, oh, just order a new one. You're being dramatic. I'm like, no, this is my magic calendar. A, it's so fun to write in whiteboard. Like, I just love it. B,
Yeah,
I
it
put
is.
like my workout classes on there. I put like different like things, tracking, like different, like when you're visiting or like if I have a trip planned or something. Like, I love to do my month. It's so much fun. And I X out the days. Yeah.
I just wanted to say I forgot to ever say this to you, but I just remember seeing your whiteboard during closing weekend or something, and I saw my name was on there when I arrived, and I just felt like so it made me feel like warm inside that you actually took the time to write when I arrived on your whiteboard. Seriously, I almost felt like maybe I shouldn't bring it up, I think at the time. That's how special it felt to me.
Well, yeah, I love my whiteboard. And yes, it's private. Anyway, you just happen to be in a space where you could see it. But no, I
Yeah.
put everything on there. I mean, everything. And then I'll put personal goals and I'll put my work goals for the month. And then I'll tally off when I achieve said work goals. And every single month that I've written my whiteboard, I like, what's the word? Succeed? Why can't I think of the word?
Succeed,
Surpass.
surpass, achieve. You're an
Achieve.
overachiever.
Right. I basically surpass every goal that I've ever set on my whiteboard. And when I
Yeah.
don't do it, I feel in shambles. Like how you would feel if your room is just so messy. Like I feel like so scattered. I hate it. I'm going crazy without my
Yeah.
whiteboard. So you can get them on Amazon, Staples, Office Depot, anything like that. Life changing. I'm not kidding. Like it just keeps me so in check and it actually holds me accountable. Like I just love it. Yeah. I couldn't recommend it enough.
I'll never forget the first month you started to use it. And at the end of the month, like we were walking to Applebee's and you were like saying like you had achieved all your goals and passed that for the month. And like it was like a manifesting thing for you pretty much.
I think it is. And I think maybe it's more so too, like, half of manifesting is believing you can do it, right?
I'd say that's much more than half of manifesting.
So it's like I'm
One thing
putting it
I
out
did,
there, this goal, I'm going to achieve it now.
something that always like kind of hurts, and it's obviously so true, but I see this all the time on TikTok. And
What?
it's like, you can't just like write something, manifest it, and then do nothing and expect it to happen. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
I do that a lot. Yeah.
totally.
Anyway, no, and I think
Yeah, that
something else
hurts.
important that you do is you have your TikTok shop chair. Did you reorder it?
It's on my list. But it's very important to me. And I believe we had already talked about this because I saw Jamie in person the other day and I asked if I had mentioned to her that I'd be getting my chair again or if she ever saw it. And she said no, but I listened to the podcast and I heard all about it. So I think we've already delved into this. But that chair, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, make a place that you want to go to. In the morning, I'm dying to get up because I just want to sit in that chair with my coffee. And I'm not even kidding. Like, I know it sounds dorky, but like, I can't wait to get that chair again because
Yeah.
it's such a desirable place to be.
That's really awesome. And when the candle's there too, it's like you'll really want to be there.
I know. I'm super excited
Yeah.
about the candle. Anyway, I digress. This is so not rapid fire.
Let's try to rapid fire now. Those were two questions we were passionate about. Okay, here's a rapid fire. Are you still thinking about getting your master's to become a therapist? Yes.
Whoa, okay. Let me pull up the list. Jeez.
Let me say it really quickly.
That was really good.
I want to say something about it quickly. Yes, I am. I'm going hopefully next fall. I need to like figure out the whole application process. Obviously, my top school was San Diego, and I still am going to apply there, and I still eventually do want to move to San Diego eventually in my life. That being said, I realize, and I'm not discouraged, but I am going to apply with not my whole heart into San Diego because I didn't realize that their program is like a 5% acceptance rate. So I'm like a little. Anyway, Long Beach has a state school and it's not as hard of an acceptance rate, still a good program. And I was kind of thinking I always want to move to Hermosa, and that's like on the way to Long Beach, like it's getting closer there. And it's kind of like, what difference would my life really be if I lived here in Hermosa? Because like my closest friends, well, one of my closest friends lives here, but my other closest friend lives But still, the distance, it wouldn't be hard to see my friends. I go to
Yeah.
Hermosa every day. Why would I not move there? So yeah, I
Yeah.
do want to get my master's to become a therapist. That is a plan. I'm done chatting. This is rapid fire.
How did you and Celia meet? I will interject and put, how did you and Callie meet? Jazz band, 4th grade. Rapid fire. You're up.
Oh, that was awesome rapid fire. Yeah. How
I
to
was flute,
navigate
she was saxophone.
yeah. How to navigate awkwardness with roommates hasn't been the same since fight. I think it depends on the level of severity of roommates. So, for example, one time I had a roommate where it got to the point where I had to say, we are not friends, we are just roommates, because she kept bringing her mom into the situation. She'd call her mom up and have her mom come over and lecture me. It was too much. If you're trying to mend the relationship, I would say have a sit down. This is kind of what Celia and I do when we're really mad at each other. Have a sit down and just be like, this is ridiculous. I miss when we were all happy. Make it like, just like literally put it all out there. I think the worst thing you can do with roommates, no matter the situation, whether you want to mend it or not, is be passive aggressive. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, I think you break it by saying, like, what are we doing here? Whether it's, what are we doing here? We're not friends, we're just roommates. Or what are we doing here? I miss when we all liked each other.
Yes. I actually had that written down on my list, and I have the most rapid fire answer. Address, don't pester. I think I meant to say address, don't let fester.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, address, don't let fester. Yeah.
But I
I
wrote
love
pester for some reason. Maybe because,
that too. That
yeah.
too. How does Ducky feel about men? My dog is very jealous of my boyfriend. Ducky hates men. Absolutely hates them. When a new man comes over, he's looking, oh no, he's not looking at me. I thought he was looking at me, he doesn't care. He's sleeping. He if a girl comes over, he's like, whatever, like, girl he doesn't know, doesn't care. If any man comes over, even if he kind of knows them, freaks the hell out. He hates men. He has to have known a man for like months and months and months to like be
Vita
okay with
too.
them. Yeah.
She does not. She's never really around men. I guess she
Yeah.
loves my Uncle Mark, but everyone loves my Uncle Mark.
Yeah, how could
But
you not?
yeah, she does not fuck with men really.
Yeah. It's more fitting for her
And
because she's a woman. It's like Ducky's the only, well, he's in a all women run household, and he doesn't
the
really
girls'
see men
world.
much either. Yeah. Why are you vegetarian? Did your parents raise you vegetarian? Rapid fire answer: I am vegetarian because my parents were vegetarian when I was born. So I've
Boom.
never had meat. What's your fave memory together? Celia wanted to, can I just say that what you wanted to do? Basically,
Okay,
before.
let me raise this
Okay.
before you go and put some words on my name. So
Okay.
basically, when we were entering the episode, I was just looking quickly at the prompts because they were on Kylie's Instagram. So she sent me all the screenshots and I was like, do you have a favorite memory together? Because one of them was, what's your favorite memory together? She's like, yeah, of course. I was like, you can really pick one out of all our memories? She's like, yeah, of course. And I was like,
Well,
and she was like, I can pick the most memorable one. And I was
no,
like,
that's
let
not
me
what I
guess.
said. That's not what I
Okay.
said. I said the most special one.
Oh, and then I said pond. And then she said, yes. And then she said,
Yeah.
yes. And then I was like, oh my God, I wish we had done that on the podcast because it was crazy that first guess and I know. Like, come on.
So she suggested that I ask that and then we reenact it and we say the pond at the same time. But I was like, we won't be able to do that naturally. We just won't. And what we're like, that would just
It was
take
just
so
an
much
iconic friendship.
The thing is, like, that would take so much authenticity from the fact that we are always in sync away, because this is us
True. It was,
pretending. I mean,
yeah.
reenacting.
It was just an iconic friendship moment. And I wish it was caught on camera. But I guess we just like are so proud of it that we had to retell the story just so that you were aware that it happened.
It was
Anyway, what is
awesome.
your favorite memory? Rapid fire.
I don't have a favorite memory with you. There's too many.
Yeah, that's
Kidding
what I
me?
was thinking too. Yeah.
Favorite memory? Like, what, when we're drinking wine on the couch?
For some
Like,
reason, the first thing that came to my mind was New Year's Eve in New York, which by the way, not my favorite memory.
which
It was just the
one?
first memory that came to mind when we were in matching gold dresses. Um, it's not my favorite memory at all. It's just the first thing that came to my mind. But because I remember like standing out on the guy's balcony and like seeing the city covered in fog and
Oh,
just
of
feeling like you're my
course.
best friend. Anyway.
I think I think we could go on really much longer. Perhaps we'll do a part 2 Q&A because we love them. If you'd be interested in that, there's a lot more really fun questions. So it's kind of like, all right, well, if you'd like us to do a part 2, I mean, we could do this for so long. We're really hoping that you're maybe interested in that. But we love you so much. And we will basically definitely see you next Friday. We love you. Have a good weekend. Be safe. If you don't have plans this weekend, don't feel weird about it. It's so fun. I was like talking about this on my Instagram last week. I'm literally one of my favorite things to do is not have plans on Friday. Have some red wine, have a frozen pizza, maybe some whipped burrata, go to bed early. Yeah. Okay. Love you.
Love you.